What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here and for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. Listen, guys, I had to take a few days off just to focus on my businesses and my own mental health. And listen, I just encourage you guys who are listening. I know that if you're like me, we may watch these reality shows or we may see things that's going on in pop culture, entertainment news, and all that other stuff because we're literally bombarded with it. But when you have your own personal stuff going on, focus on that first, because these people, they are not more important than we are. So it's just really important before we focus on anybody else's drama that we focus and hone in on our own mental health. I just wanted to just put that out there, and I hope you guys who are listening just get something from that, because we are important, okay? So I just had to take a few days off because there's just so much going on, and it's like, man, I need to take a step back. And so I'm coming to you guys again with a little bit of a continuation from last week and Martell having a conversation with Chris Fletcher about a conversation that he had with Nell, his wife. And I just found it a bit reprehensible that pretty much Martell was like telling Chris, yeah, you know, your wife needs to watch her mouth when it comes to speaking to me. And I found that pretty ridiculous. But now with this week's episode that I just watched recently, I'm going to play a little bit of a clip. I was like, see, this is the type of stuff that really pisses me off when it comes to how these people continue to deal with this fool and call him a friend. Because he's a friend to no one. He's not even a friend to himself. Let me just go ahead and play this clip for you guys.
Speaking of which, you came by before the dinner and dropped some wine off.
Yeah. Yep.
And talked to Nell.
Oh, my gosh. I was like, where is Chris?
Well, I mean, what happened? Because she said it got a little heated.
Your wife, she do be disrespecting sometimes.
Truthful or disrespectful?
No, I would say it's disrespectful. I would say that. Just saying certain things that I feel that you shouldn't even be saying.
What do you mean?
I'm not for a woman to overly disrespect a man. Overly. Like, I'm going to check her if she's being disrespectful to me beyond measure. You know?
What you mean, check her?
I mean, period. I don't care who it is. One thing about it, I'm going to tell a woman, like, don't disrespect no man if you don't want a man to disrespect you.
Was it disrespectful or was it real?
I mean,
and you just didn't want to hear it?
You can be real and disrespectful at the same time. She had said, you think Melody felt a certain way when you cheated on her? Like, she just had to take up for Melody for almost everything. And I'm like, dang, now you have to come at me like that.
She gets very excited, or some say passionate, when she talks.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what you're saying she was. Not so much as disrespectful.
I just feel that, you know, even keep addressing that, I feel now is disrespectful now, though. You know, I don't feel that should be even talked about.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to make sure that it's not a bothersome on either side.
She shouldn't be bothered by nothing I said or did. She had an affair on me, too, with multiple guys.
I can't say I believe that, Martell.
God damn, it ain't nothing to believe it's bad. Y'all women gotta stop coming for men so hard like y'all do, like it's okay.
But y'all stop then. How about that?
You come and talk to me,
Oh.
not to her.
I'm not gonna disrespect y'all wives. And if I disrespect them, I'm gonna be the first to call y'all, call the husband, and we all get together. If people gonna keep talking about the cheating part, we talked about Martellholt's infidelity, but we never talked about Melody Holt's infidelity. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gotta stress to Nell. It's like, Nell, don't keep pointing the finger at me. That bothered me. I just got up and I said, I'm about to leave. I felt like it was like a real jab at me, and it was unnecessary too. You know?
You keep saying Melody Holt.
Okay, yeah, name change. I know Nell. She said she was going. Yeah, I went over there and parted that up.
Well, I mean, It was really nice. The ceremony was nice.
Y'all picked a side, and that was some bull.
These, we ain't pick no side. On this side, Team Holt. On this side, Team Rogers. We still in the middle.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hopefully Mel is happy with her new name, Rogers.
It's not new.
Her changing her name back to Rogers, if that was something great. I'm sorry. That. But yeah, it makes me feel that that's it. Like, the attachment that we had is final. You know, it's almost back to before I met her. So, yeah. I hope she's doing it for the right reasons. For her to have a big ceremony like that, she won't clout off of trying to continue to destroy me. That's what that is. I think you know that, though.
Even with
All right, guys, I don't know if you heard me in the background because I was trying to hold my peace as I was playing the clip, but this fool, the unmitigated gall, this disrespectful daughter, that's what I'm going to call him. There's this song called Disrespectful Daughters, and I love that song, and I think about this fool when I hear that song. I mean, I really, to be honest with you, I don't expect much of, I don't expect much of Arionne's baby white. So I was honestly more upset with Chris Fletcher than I was with him, because I felt like that warranted, if not a beatdown, because look, I'm not an advocate of violence, especially when someone throws the first punch. I can understand why some people do it, okay, but I'm not an advocate of it. But for somebody like him, I would say, you know what, I'm not an advocate of it, but I understand. But in that moment, I felt like it warranted a swift punch to his already swollen face, or just to say, nigga, who the F are you talking to? Because you're not going to be disrespectful to my wife. He pretty much was just letting Chris know, yeah, you know, I'm not for a woman being disrespectful to a man. But if I'm going to disrespect your wife, I'm going to call you and let you know why I did it. And, you know, and it was funny because they played the clip of this confrontation, if you will, between him and Nell. And both of them were sitting down on the porch at their time. And he was the one that got up. He got up and then she got up. But she was just getting up. She was straightening out her dress. And she was responding to him. Because he always loves to throw Melody under the bus. He keeps saying, she cheated on me too. Which we know is a lie. But he doesn't want anyone to continue to talk about his infidelity, but then he wants to bring up stuff that isn't even true about Melody. But how asinine can you be to say it's not right to keep talking about my infidelity when it actually is a true thing that happened? It's almost to say, I don't want anybody talking about the son that I had with somebody else while I was married to her. Like, you just don't want people to say anything about things that are actually true, right? I'm assuming that's what it is, but I'm just not with Chris allowing this fool to sit here in his face and just pretty much say, yeah, your woman, your wife was disrespectful to me and she needs to watch her mouth when it comes to me. Don't let your wife get out of line with me, because I'm not for a woman getting disrespectful with a man. When the only thing that makes him a man is that I'm assuming he has a schlong and some nuts in his pants, which is what helped him to have all of those kids. Other than that, he has no real qualities of a man. So that's why I call him a male. You know, you're a male. You're not a man. So people with that archaic type of mindset, they don't usually get very far in life. For him to say, I'm not with it. I'm not with a woman getting disrespectful with a man, when all she was doing was telling him the truth. But I did like when Chris checked him when he kept saying Holt, and she said, it's Rogers, it's Melody Rogers. So I did like that. I will give Chris that he checked him on that name change. And so for him to make it seem like there's nothing great about Holt. Nothing great about it. You're not a Rockefeller. You didn't get born into the royal family. You don't have a dynasty that came with your name. Melody was what made the name Holt anything. And so she was showing you're disrespectful, but that the prestige that I gave it, I'm taking away. I'm not just stepping away from the marriage. I'm stepping away from the name, because nothing that I do deserves to have that name attached to it, because the things that I do are in excellence and greatness, and you are trash and pathetic and a male whore. So why would I want that name attached to me anymore? So that's why he's mad. You know what I mean? But I just was more upset with Chris than I was with him, because listen, this fool's going to do what he does. He's just going to continue to be that way. Nothing is going to change about him. He's already proven that. That's why nothing that he has done, or attempted to do, I should say, has gotten legs and ran. Nothing that he has done has taken off, has launched. It's funny, he's in Huntsville, which is known for space and rockets, and you think of rockets, you think of launching, and he hasn't been able to launch anything. It's literally, if it launched, I think of like the rockets that have launched and that have crashed and exploded. Nothing that he has done has been successful. Nothing. So that's why he's mad. And it just pissed me off to see Chris. I get it, Chris Fletcher. He wants to be cool. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not. That is probably his mannerisms, and that is who he is. But I wanted to see him get active like Nell Fletcher did when it came to Hotel. And for them to say that they're going to be neutral parties, this is not somebody you can be neutral with. You either for him or against him. And you guys are on the side of right, I'm assuming. So just be on the side of right and just be done with this fool, because all he is an opportunist anyway. He's proven to you that he really doesn't care. Staying in your tenants, or your clients, I shouldn't say tenant, your client's property over the stay that they wanted him to, because they wanted to have their home sold, and he was taking it out on Chris that he couldn't find anything that was to his liking and to his desire before his time was up. He's just an opportunist. So I was actually more upset with Chris that he was just so cool and calm speaking with him. I really wanted to see him get active, but I guess that's just not who he is. But with somebody like this fool, you have to check him. And it has to be a man to check him, because in my personal opinion, I feel that he knows the males or men that he can go there with, because he would never, ever, 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 I feel like, be that way if that were a situation between him and Stormy's husband. I believe Stormy's husband would let him know what's up. He would never come at him in that way. He knows the men that he can come at in that way. So some people have said that he knows Chris Fletcher's dirt, and it's possible. But yet and still, I'm hopeful that Chris Fletcher is a man that actually has changed his ways, made past prior bad decisions, and is now different. Because Nell says she was separated from him for like 2 or 3 years, I believe. So she meant business about not being with him anymore, and they decided to make things work. So I'm hopeful that if he does have any dirt on him, it is old, past stuff that Nell is aware of, because it just really doesn't make sense to me why Chris would sit there and have this man pretty much tell him, yeah, your wife, she got out of line with me. She better not do it again. And I had to let her know. And I don't care if she's your wife. That to me was just weird. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and I'm going to say bye.